Okay, hi, I'm back with another video, and I'm going to show you my pop-up sheep farm, which is this thing here. And I saw this in a brief clip of one of Etho's Let's Plays, and I didn't feel like watching the hour-long video in which he explained it and how it worked, so I figured I would just, build one myself. So this is the design I've come up with. It's fairly straightforward, and I'll show you how it works. So let me grab a sheep and some shears. Ah, crap. So we'll drop a sheep in there, and I'll find some shears. I'll shear him. Now, what he's going to do is he's going to eat this grass. And when he does that, the machine's going to pop him upwards, and it's going to turn on this light so that I can harvest him. And once I harvest him, I press this button, that'll reset the whole machine and drop him back down. So you see here he's eating the grass, this is now dirt. So I harvest him, press this button, drop him back down, and the whole machine restarts over. And when this is dirt, you'll see that this line is on. When it's grass, you'll see that this line is off. That's because that's because after 2 updates, this is grass again, so it's updated once. Then he'll eat it, it'll update a second time, and that'll push him up. Then you harvest, drop him back down. Simple as that. Now I'll show you how to build it. So, let me extend this here. And I'll show you how to build it. So we're going to start with the grass. And you're going to have a grass ring like this with a piston in the middle, and another block of grass or dirt or whatever. You're going to cut this block out and cut this block out. So this is where this is going to control the piston that pushes them up and down, and this one here is going to house your bud switch. It's going to go here. You're going to have this here, and then your output like so. This is going to come up like this with a repeater set to 3, and this creates a bud switch. So if I update this, it's going to pop out. So that's how that works. Put this in the wrong spot. That needs to be here. So that's your bud switch. That's how that works, and you can see that's what's down there. See now it's just growing grass, so it's updated again. And what we're going to do is we're going to tie the output of this into a T flip-flop. Oops. And that's what that component right there is. And this is because this is because we need to go through 2 iterations, 2 updates before we send a signal. So we're going to pop a hole right here, put a torch there. That's going to provide constant power when that's on. You can dig a little trench here like this to contract it by 1 block in that direction, but for right now I don't care about that, so I'm just going to plug this back in, just like that. And then what's going to happen here is we're going to put a block there and then an inverter. And you count up 4 blocks, drop a piston there, sticky piston, and put a block there. So what that's going to do is when you press this button, it's going to cut off this signal, and that'll pulse off if this wire is on. A cool trick that most people don't know about is if you take a redstone lamp, put it here, you can do this, where if this were any other block, this wouldn't work. So you can hide this in the floor, and you can still keep your button at eye level. which I thought was really cool. So now we're going to take this out, and we're going to plug this into a monostable circuit. You're going to want to set this to 3. Is it 3 or 4? Yeah, it's 3. And then do that. And so what this is going to do is, if this receives an input, it's going to pulse the output for 1 tick. That's fast enough where it's going to create a single update for this, not a double update. So let's give it another update, because you want it to be, I'm going to replace this with dirt. And now when this is dirt, you want this to be on, and you want this to be off. So when it updates once, it's going to happen, and then it updates twice, and it doesn't work because I forgot to put wire there. So it updates once, updates twice. Then this is going to flip on, and then it's going to push the sheep up, then you press this button, and that's going to reset the entire system. And so that's the sheep farm. And if you want to add an indicator light, you take this wire right here. You got to make sure it still connects right there. So I'm going to take this wire and bring it up to the back where the wall would be. Keep in mind that your floor needs to be made of half slabs. That is so the sheep cannot escape from here when he's ready to be sheared. So your floor is going to be right here. That's where your sheep's going to be. And then your wall will be here. So if you want your indicator light right there, you're going to have to plug this into it like that. However, this will turn it on. Of course, the sheep is not ready. It's still down. There isn't even grass on there. So you need to invert this at some point. So you can just add an inverter here. Over here, I did this. You can do this however you want. You just need to invert it at some point. And you can just fill in your wall here. And that's the sheep farm. And down here, below here, these need to be 4 blocks of stone. And I'm not sure if you can grow grass diagonally through stone. I have no idea if that works or not. So just to be safe, I would use glass, like that. That'll allow the grass to grow. See what happens when I place the grass is I've turned this off, even though it's still dirt. So I need to force a manual update and then reset the system. And so that's the sheep farm. So, and you can always compact this, remember. If you dig down a little bit here, and I'm going to block that off so it doesn't interfere. Put some wires there, and then put a block there as well. So you can compact it by 1 block that way. And you can't move this any closer, or else this torch is going to interfere with this. And that's that. So that's my sheep farm. Hope it helps you out in some way. It's kind of resource intensive, but it's probably certainly worth the trouble once you get yourself well established. And there aren't many functional things you can build with redstone in single player, so you're bound to have a lot of it. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. Have a nice time, and I'll see you next time.